So how to approach the text, that's the big question, and that takes a lot of experimentation and thinking. In the case of the books I've done with poetry, I wanted to keep it very graphic. In other words, another way of saying that might be that the images are flat. There's not a lot of deep space on the page, so that it doesn't conflict too much with the poem, which sits right on the surface of the page, if that makes sense. So that the poem, as a visual element, has kind of an equality with the visual elements that I create, and they just visually are balancing each other, rather than the notion of a poem existing in a kind of metaphysical, ethereal space, and we look past the poem and we see into a world that the poem is talking about. I look at it more from a design sort of view, that I want the page to really look of a piece and kind of close together somehow. I don't know if that makes sense. With my own books, for instance, John Coltrane's Giant Steps, that went through many, many different approaches. And finally, when I decided to let the sort of characters that I had created in an earlier version become sort of stand-in abstract characters of John Coltrane's music, that kind of started to work, and that they would then overlap visually as they overlap in sound in John Coltrane's music. So to find that hook, or find that hook to hang the illustrations on, it takes me a long time of just doodling around, basically. Well, or thinking, or walking, or sitting, or drinking coffee, staring into space.